Welcome back to day 3 of the Level Up Cash Creation Crash Course. Super excited to be here as always. I want to recap what we've done so far and then jump into our lesson for today. So, on day 1, we flipped the script to make clients chase you instead of you chasing them. And we hit the foundation of slaying sales and bringing in clients and 6 figures as fast as you could possibly handle. And that foundation is you. The first thing that we must level up is you. And then on day 2, which was yesterday, you got to swipe my most powerful strategy and add $100,000 to $300,000 in your business using this strategy. It's super powerful. We talked about proof of work post. We talked about the power of one and how to simplify your business model and how simplifying that business model is a next level move for sure. And so the next thing that we leveled up you. The next thing we level up is your business model. On day 3, which is today, we're diving deep into generating 6 figures without paying for ads, without having to have complicated technology and funnel, using organic social media content. So whether it's posting or video, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to share with you today some really powerful strategies behind doing it so that you can build your business with ease and without being exhausted. So we've leveled up you, we've leveled up your business model, and the next thing that we're going to level up is your marketing. In order for your marketing to work, it's not about the quantity. You don't have to do 30 days straight of live streams or reels. You don't have to post 24/7 yelling, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. You don't even have to show up every day in order to create 6 figures a month in your business. What it's really about is consistency and commitment. That's what I want to share with you today. So here's the deal. You got to show up intentionally and do the work, because consistency is what builds trust with your audience in the marketplace. And sales, the money that we make in our business, is the energy of trust and commitment. It's on that frequency of trust and commitment. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. I'm sure you've heard that before. Okay, so before we jump in, I want to do a couple of quick announcements, and we're going to dive into today's topic. What I want you to know is that you're doing well. You guys are killing it. I saw some great PAL posts too. They were amazing. I was scrolling through pages, looking at things, listening to your check-in videos. And I know it's a little scary at first, but it just becomes easier and easier, especially when clients start rolling in because of it. So the consistency of doing it again and again and again is going to leave the evidence that you know what the heck that you're doing. That's going to move people to becoming buyers more quickly with you. So just keep going. Now is the time, like now is the stage, the point in this crash course where people start to fall off. Not just anybody. This is where average folks start to fall off. Let's just call it like it is. But we don't do average in my camp. If you're a power player, you want to finish this thing. If you commit to a thing and say that you're going to do a thing, you want to complete it. Why? Because your brain is with you. Right? Your soul acknowledges the fact that you start things and don't finish it. So when you say, I'm going to have a 6-figure month, it's like, oh, she's not really serious about that because she never does what she said she's going to do. And so being impeccable with our word in my camp is one of the ways that we actually train our brain and everything that's working alongside of us. That when we say we're going to do a thing, when we decide a thing, when we put a goal out there, we are looking for every avenue in order to make that goal a reality. So finish it. If you're creating leads, people are raising their hands, they're messaging you, they're saying, I want to work with you. We just got off VIP and people were celebrating the fact that there's people reaching out to them from the posts they're doing in this crash course, from the things, the challenges that we're issuing. If that's happening, if you're booking sales calls, if you're making sales, we want to hear about it. This is how we do it. You can let me know right now in the chat. You can do a separate post. What you want to do is use the hashtag #WeSlaySales so that we know that you're celebrating the progress that you're making and the results that you're creating inside of the crash course. So hashtag #WeSlaySales to report and celebrate your wins. If you haven't had any yet, I want to talk to you. So first and foremost, first of all, I want to say this. I want to challenge you. Do you expect the win? Are you expecting for clients and people to show up and people to raise their hands? Or are you hedging against the rejection, the judgment, or failing? Are you just like, I'm going to do this, but it hasn't worked for me before? That the energy with which you do a thing is going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy for the outcome. Okay. You might be new at doing actual cash creation activities, which is what we're focused on inside of this crash course. The stuff that really matters to bring in leads, clients, and sales. No fluff. We get straight to the money making activities. And sometimes that makes us feel uncomfortable because we're like, okay, so what do I do now when somebody does show up, right? And so the awareness that this crash course is giving you and what these challenges are teaching you is that you want to be and what you want to be consistently focused on in your business is the money making actions, not the what picture should I use, what shade of fuchsia should my website be, not those things, but going directly to people and saying, I have something to offer, this is what it is, here's how you can get it. Okay, not just planning, prepping, and learning. The fastest way to learn and grow your business at the same time is to jump right in, fail and succeed, fail and succeed, fail and succeed while making money, not trying to figure it out in your journal or in your head first. And we do that through focused, intentional action. And that's what we're going to be doing each day and continue to do during this cash creation crash course. We've got today and one more day of focused, intentional action, right? And then from that point forward, we're going to go to January 3rd, where we're going to do a masterclass, right? So every day, focused, intentional action during the crash course. So celebrate your wins with us. Pop them in the chat right now. If you have them, use the hashtag #WeSlaySales. You can also do a separate celebration post in the group. But right now, I want to celebrate you. What results have you gotten from your cash creation activities? Show it to me. Show it to me. What result? Let me get some water. What results have you been creating? Share with me right now in the chat. I saw a few posts from people who were booking sales calls. Someone booked some sales calls, like 16 sales calls that are going to be waiting for them when they get back on vacation in January. A lot of times we hedge against what could possibly go wrong. And so I was just talking to VIP and someone was saying that they were afraid to put out posts because they're maxed out on clients. And so she wasn't posting. Do you know that you can still post and have people raise their hands, and then as the leader of your business, as the CEO of your company, say, hey, we're going to do this on a different date? It doesn't have to be right now, right? So there is a way to do that. So we've got Andy said he's made a sale. Woo, $3,500 sale. Celebrating you. Let's see. I saw another one. Boom. 2 sales calls booked. Woo-hoo. I have some screenshots of some ones that are being posted inside of the group as well. I'm celebrating all of you. Progress. All progress needs to be celebrated. Sometimes we don't celebrate our progress because we believe the only thing that's worthy of celebrating is actually getting clients or booking sales calls or whatever. Remember, it's about the growth journey, right? If you've gone from not having any sales calls booked to now having sales calls booked, that's a celebration. To no one ever responding to an email, to having actually people respond to your emails, that's a celebration. You got responses. All of it's winning. From people not really engaging with your post to people actually responding and engaging with your post, it's all winning. It's all winning. All right, so a couple of other quick announcements, and then we're going to jump in. Don't forget to grab your bonus Level Up Accelerator package. It's on day one's assessment, on the 6-figure Level Up assessment. There's a button, a link to click. Book your call. It includes an opportunity for a business upgrade call with me to review your 6-figure Level Up assessment. The reason why I said it includes an opportunity is because there is an application process. And don't worry, even if you don't qualify for a call with me, you still get everything that's in the package. So it's not a big deal. Okay. So that's a bonus gift for everyone. Plus the opportunity to have a 30-minute business upgrade call with me to review your 6-figure Level Up assessment. Also, just a reminder, I said it earlier, but the bonus masterclass is Tuesday, January 3rd at 12 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure to put that on your calendar. The link is going to be inside of the group. We're going to be in Zoom. So we're going to be face-to-face. So we're going to move off live stream straight to Zoom so I can be in the room with you. You can ask questions as I'm teaching, all of those things. And there should be an event that's up in the group that tells you exactly where to go for the bonus masterclass on Tuesday. Continue to do your check-in videos. Remember to keep them 3 minutes or less. And your commitment every day is to watch at least 3 other people's videos and comment something meaningful on them. do your daily assignment, and then post done, post or comment the word done on the daily assignment post so that you can be entered into the daily drawing. Today, we're going to give away a seat to my Giants Masterclass, which is a really powerful program that's all about remembering who you are, to coming back to the truth of who you are, to owning your power and being able to stand up big, tall in the presence of anyone. Be the atmosphere shifter that you are. And so I'm super excited to be giving that away today. Every day that you could, for every assignment that you complete and every day you comment done, you're getting a bonus entry into our main giveaway, which we'll do one tomorrow, which is a one-on-one with me. And then we'll do one on the masterclass day, which is actually a seat to Supernova Sales School. So I'm super excited about that. Things that have come up during your check-ins from yesterday. The biggest thing is proof of work doesn't need to be long and wordy. It doesn't need to have a call to action. It actually does the selling for you. Your proof of work post should position you and your work, right? Even if it's about the client, it should be positioning you and your work. And if it didn't make you feel uncomfortable to do it, you likely didn't go far enough. If you're like, oh, that was just easy peasy, and it probably won't work, right? You want to really just kind of put it out there. Like, I am the most badass person to do this thing. You also want to do your proof of work post on your personal page. So think about this. Did you choose your business page? Did you choose your Facebook group to do it in? Did you choose a safe place to post? Or did you do it on your personal page? Here's the thing. Your marketing may be engaging people who aren't clear on how you can help them. But it also, they may be able to refer clients to you. I had a client come to me a few years back. She was a voice teacher, and she was very, very clear that she had this business page and that's where she wanted to post everything. And she would say, only my friends and family are on my personal page, so they don't want to see this stuff. And so I just challenged her, rock with me for about 60 days, right? Let's just post. Let's see what happens as we post for about 60 days. And so she began to post on her personal page, and clients started coming out of the woodwork. Not only that, people started referring clients to her as well. And so it's just a thing to think about, understanding you want to work proof of work post into your regular marketing. It's a long game. And there are people all around us who may desire to work with us who may not have raised their hands yet. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. All the comments and engagement today, I'm going to tell you what to do with those. But I want you to adopt this philosophy. The greater the risk, the greater the reward. Get uncomfortable in your marketing and your connections with people. Remember, and I say this all the time, results don't take courage. Results don't take time. They take courage. Results don't take time. They take courage. You can rapidly accelerate your results by leaning into spaces and places where you require more courage. Take the straightest line to getting a client instead of walking them around the mulberry bush. Today, I'm going to teach you the most powerful organic marketing tool that we use in my camp. It's outreach. You've probably heard of it before, but I'm going to teach you specifically my hit list and rapid connection method. Here's a power tip around this. And I want you to write this down and take it to heart. When you do outreach, when you're reaching out to people, it's not a commitment to work with you. It's a commitment to exploring the possibility. Remember, you're playing the long game, but it is effective quickly as well. So take the energy of buy my stuff out of it and come with it with the decision to explore more. Are we going to take this conversation further? And here's the deal. It's still working right now in this economy, especially right now, because I believe that we're in what I'm calling a connection economy. There's so much automation and so much hands-offness. We have a lot of AI going on right now. A lot of times when I'm messaging people, there comes a point where they realize it's me and it's not someone on my team and it's not automation. And they're like, oh, wow, this is really you, because they're so used to it. We are craving connection. We're coming off of a couple of years of being separated and not being able to do huge events and be able to be with people at concerts. And that's why you see people flocking to doing all those things. I was at Disneyland a couple of weeks ago and it was so crowded. I was like, wow, this is crazy. But people are craving connection. And so today I want to give you 3 simple strategies that produce clients from organic social media content, leaning into connecting with people in a real way, right? We want to have strategies that give us clients, not just engagements and likes and reactions or growing our following, but actually produce clients. And to be clear, I'm not the expert on how to get tens of thousands of followers and a bunch of engagement on posts. That's not me. I don't have a huge list. My list has grown. When I first started teaching this course, my list was about 1,000 people. It's now about 5,000, right? I don't have hundreds of thousands of followers. I think on Instagram, we're up to about 3,000. I'm excited about that. I think this year when we started, we had about 1,000, less than 1,000 followers on Instagram. On Facebook, on my Facebook page, there's less than 10,000 there. So I don't have a big list or hundreds of thousands of followers, yet I have been able to create millions in my business using the strategies that I'm teaching you. Because here's the deal. You cannot take likes to the bank. We have a shirt in our community that we're actually going to be giving away. I'll probably give away a shirt tomorrow too. Actually, I'll do a shirt today. Along with the Giants Masterclass. I'm going to gift you the commas over comment shirt. So get those homework assignments in so we can update the list and get you in the drawing for today. So commas over comments is a shirt that we coined during the cash creation crash course. So we're going to roll with that. What we're focused on is creating commas in our bank accounts instead of commas or comments on post. Okay. What we've been able to do is generate just under $2 million simply by driving people from my content on my personal page that I call power content to either calls or to Facebook Messenger or driving them to my live event, right? Or any events that I do, whether it's something like this, which is the Cash Creation Crash Course or a masterclass or my Game on Live event. Those are the only 5 places that I send people. The events, there's 3 of them. So let's say 3 places: events, directly to booking a call with me, or directly to my Facebook Messenger. That's how we've created the millions that we've created in my business. So when creating content that actually converts into clients, there are 3 very powerful things that I want you to remember. Okay. Before I give you those 3 very powerful things, I want to talk about the mistakes that people make. Okay. Mistake number 1, trying to get engagements and likes. Like, oh, no one's responding to my post, so I got to do something different or it's not working. Likes and engagement are not an indication of success. I know people who could have 1,000 people watching them on a live stream, yet they don't monetize it. They can have hundreds of people engaging on a post, yet they're not monetizing it. They still are barely at 6 figures in their business or aren't making 6 figures at all. So the likes and engagements and how many followers you have doesn't mean that you're monetizing your content. Just posting content on social media doesn't mean that you're monetizing it. There needs to be a strategy for monetization behind that. Another mistake is giving value too much. And there is a point where I would say you can never give too much value, but I want to give you a difference in perspective, right? We think give value because people tell you that. And I watch people go 6 months, 9 months, never asking for business because they are trying to give value, thinking that the giving of the value alone is enough to have people reach out to purchase for them. So they'll do a 30 days worth of live streams, all kinds of stuff. They'll do masterclass after masterclass, free this, free that, over and over and over and over again, waiting on the elusive moment that they need to make this big offer, calling it a launch, or waiting on people to reach out to them. And the shift that I want to give you is that we don't want to just give value. What you want is to be perceived or to be seen as valuable. You want to be perceived as a resource, a credible source for people, instead of just someone who gives value. The last 2 mistakes that I have for you is this: no calls to action in anything you do. You're not making enough offers. Thinking that just because you show up consistently, people are going to reach out to you and buy. You must tell people how to engage with you in order to purchase from you, or else they're going to learn from you again and again and again, and they're going to spend their dollars with the person who's offering them the services and the programs. This is why you train, teach, show up, people clap, they amen you, they say you're doing good, they say it's incredible, and then they go spend their money with someone else. You need those calls to action. You need to make offers. And then the last one is waiting for people to come to you, thinking if they want it, they'll reach out to me. If they want to buy, they'll let me know. Listen, I tell people all the time, I will come for you. When I realize that you're watching me and I realize that what I have to offer can get you to the next level, to the next point of where you're trying to go, I will definitely reach out to you. I will reach out to you and say, hey, do you want to explore what this looks like? So sitting back and hoping that, okay, if I post here and do this and do that, somehow they're going to reach out to me. They're going to go Google and search my website and figure out how to purchase is a fallacy. And so we don't want to do that. We want to do a mixture of putting the content out there, having calls to actions. Yes, we want to give value, but then we also want to have a system for converting those people who are engaging, who are commenting, who are watching us over and over again into clients. Okay, so here are 3 very powerful things to remember to help you to show up so that you can create content that actually converts into clients. Because what we want to do is turn all of the social posting that you're doing into profits in your business. We want to monetize it. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do when you're doing content creation or when you're using social media to get clients is you want to stay consistent. Now lean in and listen. Most buyers, people who buy, will never like, comment, or engage with your content. I'm going to say that again. Most buyers will never like, comment, or engage with your content. And when the offer is put in front of them, they'll happily buy. They'll happily DM you. They'll happily go to your sales page and give you large amounts of money. Typically, the people who buy from me rarely engage. I've closed $60,000 sales and $100,000 sales with people who became clients who weren't even on my email list and had never commented on a single post, but had been following me for years, months. When they were ready, they just came. So if I use engagement or the number of people who show up on a live stream as the indication of my ability to create success or clients in my business, I might stop posting. I may not show up as consistently. So I put my blinders on and I do the work, right? So what you want to do is create a cadence that you can stick to, something that you can commit to long term. What we do in Power Player Nation is we'll typically commit to 1 live stream a week and do a handful of other types of posts that are focused on our one main problem that we solve. Remember, we talked about the power of one yesterday. Rather than posting when you're inspired, when you need money, when you're trying to get clients, what you want to do is create campaigns that add value to your community consistently, and then move those who are ready to transform now into clients, right? The content is constantly warming up those who are in the 90%, but the 3% who are ready now, when you put the offer out there, they will jump on. Okay. So what we want to create is what I like to call a digital footprint. You want your content to be so prolific. You want to create the feeling of omnipresence. You want to create the feeling of you're always there, right? It's not about needing to be on every platform. We crossed $1 million just focused on Facebook, right? We're now branching off into other places, but this is where we were taking our business into the $1 million range. So it's not about needing to be on every platform or putting oodles and oodles of content out all day, every day for the rest of your life. It's not about that at all. When the power content strategy is done right, it gives the feeling that you're everywhere because of the way the algorithm works, right? And there's enough, because of your consistency, there's enough content out there for people to get started building that know, like, trust with you. They start to consume it right? They'll start to do a deep dive when they find you. They'll click on one thing, then the next thing, the next thing, and literally they'll look up if they've spent the last 5 hours, 7 hours watching you, even if they've never heard of you before. Here's what I've learned about people who sell well and make money using social media and those who don't. Most entrepreneurs struggle to make money on social media because they waste a lot of time looking for people to sell to, or trying to convince people to buy, or trying to figure out what to post on social media instead of just making sure they're consistently showing up, right? While people like me, I'm just out here creating power content that allows people to find me, to find us. And when they find us, they have a place to go and do a deep dive and do their own research, right? And here's the thing, they're doing research. And that's what they believe they're doing. They're like, I'm watching this video, I'm watching this video. Oh, wow, she's got this post. Oh, she's got a podcast. And they just go down the rabbit hole. What they're actually doing is they're pre-indoctrinating themselves to say yes to your offer when you make one. That's the beauty of consistently putting out power content. And when you use it and do it the right way, it will change your business. People will show up. You will never have heard of them before. They'll tell you they just met you last week or heard about you last week, and they're ready to invest in your $30,000 program. So consistency is what creates this effect. 2, be a real human. You want to focus on emotional connection with people, building trust, building connection, building your authority and credibility through your content instead of focusing on the numbers of likes and comments. It's easy, so easy to get caught up in the comparison game of looking at your competitors' post and looking at them getting a ton of engagement and thinking, they must be doing something right and I'm doing something wrong. But what you don't know is how, or even if, that engagement is converting into clients. So we don't want to play that game. What I want you to understand is the more sophisticated your market is, the less likely they are to engage with your stuff. High-level clients aren't spending their time commenting on stuff on social media or liking stuff on social media platforms. They go exactly for what they want. They find what they need. If it's the link to book a call, that's what they're doing and they're moving on, right? Now, of course, there's obvious outliers to that. But I'll say this again, the clients who have paid me the most money have almost never commented or liked any of my content. What you want people saying when you put this content out there is, oh my gosh, she knows me. She's in my head. She understands the problem that I'm experiencing better than I even understand it myself. You want them thinking, I just thought that. I just said that yesterday. I need to reach out. I need to connect. You want them raising their hands and saying, oh my gosh, that's me. What you're talking about, that's me right there, right? Some of you guys are reading scripts, not letting the content come from you. And here's the thing, when you're doing consistent content, it's not about like a content strategy per se. Someone was asking me today, like, where's the script for exactly how to post my offer? I'm like, you can have that, or you can let it just come through you, right? So you can use frameworks that are like, okay, there's this way to make an offer and this way to make an offer. But here's what happens when you copy what someone else is doing and you put it out there and you're wondering why it doesn't work. What it has is the frequency of that person. It has the resonant energy of that person. And your ideal clients who are willing to pay you can't see you because you're actually not showing up as yourself. What they're looking for is the frequency of you. And what they're getting is the frequency of your last mentor, or the frequency of the last class you took, or the frequency of somebody's post that you took and copied and made it your own. And so what's happening, and I guarantee you are not connecting. You got to trust yourself. You got this. In my best content, the stuff that hits home the most with people, I feel like I'm a blabbering idiot. I'm like, oh my gosh, that didn't make any sense at all. And people were like, wow, you were really speaking to me, because I was just channeling what was coming through me, and it was steeped in the frequency of who I be. It's not even so much about what I say. It's about who I'm being that's resonant with them. And I won't go into why and how this works, but it's how our bodies are designed. Last one, I want to give you 3 things. So consistency, right? We want to stay consistent. You want to be a real human, not just a talking bobblehead or an infomercial. The third one is you want to ask for the business. Ask for the business. You got to make offers. If you want to sell out your programs and events, then you have to make offers. You want to make more offers to more people more often for more money. Let me say that again. You want to make more offers to more people for more money more often. Okay? I can't tell you how many people in my newsfeed put out great content and I have zero idea what they are selling. It's inspirational, but I don't know what they're selling, what they offer, or sometimes even what they do, or how they can help, or who I could possibly send them as an ideal client or referral, because they never talk about it. They just teach, inspire, inspire, inspire. And while content is powerful, if you really want to help your people transform and get epic results, you have a moral and ethical responsibility to enroll them or to invite them into what's next for them, into a program, into your services, into your course that will help them to get there. It is your responsibility to make the offer. They have a right to choose. When you approach it from that way, you do everything in your power to invite people to what's next. They get the right to say yes or no to that offer. Okay? Good stuff, right? So, would it be helpful for you if you knew exactly what to say or what to post in your content to get people to raise their hands to work with you, or what to say when you reach out to people or reach out to connect with people to book a call with you? Today, I'm going to teach you my rapid messenger connection method. And of course, I'll be giving you an opportunity tomorrow to join Sales School, where we have all of these strategies laid out for you. Inside of Supernova Sales School, I break down many different frameworks for using outreach, organic selling methods, video, and social media content to create clients. I heard a few people asking, or I saw a few people asking, what do I do next when people start to respond to these PAL posts or these emails? And inside of Sales School, we give you frameworks and templates and examples of different styles of post and messaging that gets people to reach out. We give you what to say when someone expresses interest in working with you, what to say when someone asks you how much it is to work with you, and how to powerfully invite them into sales conversations with you about your offer without feeling awkward or slimy or icky, being a real human, right? So my question to you today is, have the templates and frameworks that I've given you so far throughout this crash course been helpful to you? Yes? Perfect. Of course they are, right? Because it cuts the guesswork out. You can move faster because you know exactly what to do. So that's what we do in Sales School. And tomorrow I'm going to give you the opportunity to actually take advantage of Sales School, which is basically structured just like this crash course is, down to the accountability check-in videos. This mimics Sales School to a T. I teach you something each month, and then I issue a cash creation challenge for the month. That way you're earning and learning at the same time. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. And as part of today's cash creation challenge, I'm going to give you 2 ways. I'm actually going to give you 2 ways to reach out, and then some powerful templates for following up with leads. All right. So let's talk about organic selling, because I've said this a couple of times. Organic selling, generating 6 figures or more in phase 1 of your business, in phase 2, without having to invest in ads, without having to put a lot of complicated technology and funnels together and knowing how to work all these different systems, without having to constantly launch all year long, requires you to understand how to turn the posts that you're creating, the content that you're putting out on social media, into profits, right? We want to take the social media content that you put out and make sure like it should generate leads, not just clients making you popular, leads and clients, and not just making you popular, right? It should be generating clients and not just getting you likes and followers. That's what we call organic selling, right? So we are using organically our own human self to engage with people on the social media platforms and then to move them into sales scenarios with us, whether it's an event or a call or in Messenger, and then making offers to them where they become clients and buy. That's organic selling. The main method that we use to do this, to move people, I'm going to give you one way to do this, is the rapid method. Okay. So I told you I was going to teach you outreach. Now, some of you have likely had people jump into your messenger inbox and they have offended you to no end because they don't even know you and they pretend like they do. I've had girls, 15, almost 20 years, my junior, call me hun in Messenger. It doesn't feel good, right? Because people are just using these scripts and they're not being human. And so I'm going to teach you a methodology for reaching out to people. And the way that we do it is we don't reach out cold. We reach out to our warm audience, right? So these are people who have engaged with you in some way, shape, or form. You have a relationship. You have had a connection. And so this method works really powerfully. This is not a numbers game. It's not like I need to message 15 people a day and then I'm going to get clients. That's the hard road, a hard, long road to try to get clients. And you normally end up alienating yourself and pissing off a lot of people in that way. This is a living, breathing method that we use where we're being humans with people. Okay. So you get it wrong when you're being a robot, when you're just like, I'm going to reach out to 100 people and see who bites. That's not what we're trying to do. When you reach out to people you don't even know, pretending like you know them or that you know anything about them. I have people reach out to me and they want to show me how to make my first 6 figures in my business. And I'm like, you didn't even look at my profile. I'm running a multi-million-dollar business. This is not the appropriate message to be sending me, right? That's how people do it incorrectly. So when you're doing this outreach to people, what do you say? So I'm going to teach you my rapid method, and rapid is an acronym. The reason why I like to use acronyms and frameworks as opposed to giving you scripts is so that you can be yourself, so that you can just show up and talk as a human using your own words, but understanding that you're guiding people through a process. So write the letters RAPID down your paper, and I'm going to give you all the pieces to wrap it. So the first point is you're either reaching out to somebody to connect with them or to catch up with them. So you're going to reach out to connect or catch up. Okay. So if it's a first time, it's a connection. If it's somebody you've talked to before, you're catching up on past conversation or some past situation that you had with them. That's the first part. The second part is the A. You're going to ask them questions. Right? So you may reach out and say, hey, it's been a while since we talked. I know we talked last November and you were looking to do, 6 figures a month in your business. Did you ever hit that goal? Right? So you're going to start asking questions. The reason why we're asking questions is so that we can get to the next step, which is prove that they are a fit to have a conversation with you. So notice I didn't say prove they're a fit for your program. We're not having a sales call in Messenger. We're just determining, do I want to continue this conversation? So prove they are a fit. So the types of questions you're going to ask are going to let you know, do I want to have a deeper conversation with them? So that's the P. Once you prove that they're a fit or not, if you prove that they're not a fit, you're going to disconnect and say, congratulations or good luck with that. Thanks for taking some time to connect with me, or I'm glad we got to reconnect again. Keep in touch. And then you'll end the call. If you prove they're a fit, you're going to invite them to take the next step. And that's the I. You're going to make an invitation, right? So you haven't hit 6 figures a month yet, based on what I'm hearing, right? I might repeat back to them and say, that's something that I can support you with. Are you open to having a conversation about that, right? We're exploring the possibility of working together. So you're going to invite them to take whatever the next step is, and then help them to get to a decision, which is the D. The decision is to get on a call, not to buy your program. So either they're going to say yes to the call or no. Your job is to lead them into getting to that decision. They say, cool. You say, all right, I've got time today at this time. I've got time tomorrow at this time. Which one works best for you? Decision. All right. So that's what you say in outreach. So it's not slimy and you're just a normal, regular person. Reach out to connect or catch up, ask questions, prove they're a fit, invite them to take the next step, get them to a decision. Decide, are we moving forward? Are we not? Okay. The biggest question people have when they are doing outreach coupled with organic selling is, how do I find people to reach out to? And we have all these people around us on social media, but we're like, how do I find people? And how do I do it without being slimy? So I'm going to give you 2 ways to reach out to people today, or 2 ways to find people to reach out to, because I think they're super powerful. The first one is my hit list strategy. So we create a hit list. So the hit list, I have one at all times. My journal's right here. I've got some stuff in it, but I always have a hit list going at all times. Now, the way that it works is I use my hit list to sell my offers before I ever take them public. Hit list is always the first step. So I go through that list. I may have a hit list for every program. I could have a hit list for Play Big. I can have a hit list for Sales School. I can have a hit list for Next Level Authority. I can have a hit list for my masterclass. I can have a hit list for Game On Live. I can have a hit list for the Cash Creation Crash Course, just depending on where people are in their journey with knowing me. That's the first thing I'm looking at. Where are you on your journey of knowing me? How long have you been in my world? Right? I may not take a person I just met yesterday and ask them to come to Game On, not ask them to come to Game On Live, ask them to join Play Big. Right? Play Big is a $15,000 investment. I may not ask them to do that. I may invite them to the Cash Creation Crash Course or my next masterclass, right? Something has either a lower investment or that is free. So I have hit lists for those. If they're further along in the journey with me, we've had a sales conversation before, or I've seen them engaging in my post over some period of time, then I may add them to a hit list for something that's a bit higher. Okay. So it just depends on where they are. So I can have hit lists for all of those things. And again, before I sell anything publicly, I will hit my hit list first. So oftentimes when you watch me start to publicly sell something, most of the program is already filled because I've used my hit list. Okay. So I'm looking at people who have engaged with content, how often they've been engaging, past sales conversations. This is kind of what I spend my days looking at on social media when I am working. Okay. So how this works is we use the content that we put on social media to create leads. That's all we're looking for is leads. We're not using the content on social media to actually create clients. We're using the social media content to create leads. People who are raising their hands by way of participating consistently or directly raising their hands when we ask them certain questions in order to work with us, saying that they have the problem that we solved and they may want our help with it, right? And then we compile it into this list of names that I call the hit list. Again, the hit list is just people you want to work with, people who have said they want to work with you. They're possible ideal clients. It's a living, breathing document. You are consistently and constantly moving people on and off your hit list. I may move people from the free stuff hit list to another hit list, right? Like now I can ask them this, or I may take somebody completely off. They're not a good fit for whatever reason. It may not even be because they told me. It may be because of something I've seen in their social media. And again, you can have a hit list for every offer, or you can have one master hit list. So creating a hit list is a powerful strategy, and it is the first way that we fill most of our programs in my communities. Way number 2, get people to raise their hands. So there's several ways that you can get people to raise their hands. One of them is with these question style posts that you may have seen out there. I'm going to move this over here. And so there's 2 types of questions that I want to give you today. There's several more, but these 2 that I want to give you. One is called an offer validation post. So this is a question that you ask to validate an offer that you're thinking of putting out there to see if the people in your community or the people in your audience would even want to buy something like that or invest in something like that. So today I had someone in VIP ask a question about something they wanted to do. And I was like, oh, you can just do an offer validation post. So what you would do is do a post that says, hey, I'm thinking about putting together a group program that, does XYZ, solves XYZ problem. Would you be interested in purchasing that? Would you buy? Who would want it? Want it, right? So then you get to see. Now, if no one answers, then that lets you know they don't want it. So then you can move on to something else. And it could be just the way the post is worded, but it's validating the offer before you make it. It's validating the thing that you think you're going to work on next before you put all the time and effort into trying to create it when no one's going to buy it. The second type of post or second type of question that you can ask is a comment for value post. And so a comment for value post is like, hey, want to know exactly what my clients say to close $30,000 offers paid in full. People say yes, then you give them the script. You give them the framework, right? So now they're commenting for something that you're going to give them, right? That's commenting for value. It's not your validation post, right? And you post these on your personal page. You can post them in Facebook groups. You can post them in other people's Facebook groups. And they work to generate leads because everybody who raises their hands on these posts are literally saying, I want the thing that you have. Okay. You can use proof of work posts. You can use value-based videos with the right title, because if you have the right title, you know that the people who are watching and who are engaging have the problem that you're talking about. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. You can do a teaser video, which is the same as an offer validation. Hey, I'm going to be doing a thing. Do you want it? And there's 2 steps to this process, right? When you use this strategy, this raise hand strategy, there's 2 steps to this process. So you'll hear some people teach this as a 2-step post. This is why they say that. The 2 steps of the process is you do the post, right? And when people comment, instead of commenting on the post, you message them with the answer. So if I said, I want to give you my script, you say yes, I go to Messenger, send you the script, and then I come back to the post, which is the second step. So I can message you in Messenger, come back to the post, letting you know through a comment that I've messaged you, right? And the reason why we're doing this is to keep the post going. It's to keep curiosity going for other people saying, well, I would like to see what this thing is, right? And to make your post go viral. And for me, a viral post is when you have 100 comments. You have 100 comments, you have a viral post. That means enough people are looking at it. So we want to keep that going. Then when you come back and comment, it actually reactivates the post based on the algorithm, getting it increased visibility because it's one more comment on the post. So Facebook shows it to more people, right? So we keep this going again and again and again, probably for a few days or a week, so that more and more people get to see the post. That's the process. So 2 ways to get people to raise their hands are to create a hit list, or actually not 2 ways to get people to raise their hands, 2 ways to have people to reach out to. 1, create a hit list. Second way, get people to raise their hands using your content. Okay. So, let me just look real quick. I want to give you the challenge for today. Let's see. Challenge for today, and then we are going to do the raffle. So your challenge for today is, okay, your assignment. So for your assignment, you're going to create a hit list. You're not going to do anything with it. You're just going to create it. Okay. Even the creation of the hit list is magic. I've put people on my hit list and then magically they reach out to me. Magically they show up on my calendar and I just giggle because I'm like, oh, I was coming for you. I just wrote you down, right? And it's pretty cool the way that it happens. So types of people you can put on your hit list: past clients that may want to up level into something else that you have to offer, sales calls that didn't buy previously but may be ready now, people who have been engaging in your content consistently, people you've met networking, people you just want to work with, right? So again, you're not going to do anything with it. I just want you to get the feel of creating one. And all you have to do is put 5 people minimum on this hit list. That's your assignment for today. Create a hit list of a minimum of 5 people. That's it. That's all. You're not going to do anything with it. Cash creation challenge for today. You're going to follow up with 3 past prospects. 3 past prospects. So you're going to do some follow-up. Inside of Sales School, we have over 13 ways to reach out, connect with leads, and follow up with prospects. But in the challenge, I'm going to give you, I think I'm giving you 2 or 3. I think I'm giving you 3 ways. So I'm going to give you 3 ways to follow up. You can choose either one of those ways. It's going to be inside of your workbook. Plus you have Rapid. So you can also use Rapid. So Rapid plus 3 additional ways. Choose and go for it. Don't overthink it. Okay. Remember, if you're using Rapid, even with this follow-up, well, actually, if you're using Rapid, it's not to buy, but to explore the possibility of getting on a call with you. Okay. So again, those 3 ways are inside of your workbook. Do not overthink it. All right. All right. So we're going to do 2 raffles today. So if you have completed your assignments for the day and you have commented done on the challenge, I should have your name. And I am going to put you in the day 2 drawing right now. And we are going to raffle off first a commas over comments t-shirt. I should have wore that today. So we're going to raffle off a comma over comments t-shirt. You can see it on the graphic inside of the group. I'm losing my voice because we're doing VIP ahead of time. So I'm talking for 2 hours straight. Let me drink some water. That's almost empty. Okay. So commas over comments shirt. Can I get a drum roll? Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Boom, and it's coming. And the person who gets the commas over comment shirt is April J. I'm going to write your name in here. April J, congratulations. Show, congratulations. All right, we're going to do the next drawing. The next drawing is going to be for the Giants Masterclass. The Giants Masterclass. Okay, so the Giants Masterclass is a 2-hour training where I dive deep into like really unlocking the giant that you already know yourself to be, coming home to who you are. If you think about Simba, when he finally grew up and he was gone away and he got to the water and he looked over and he saw Mufasa in his face, and Mufasa said the words, "Remember who you are." That's when I think about giants. I don't think I create giants. The clients that I work with are born giants, and sometimes life happens to them and they forget. And so this masterclass is all about you coming back to the truth of who you are. So you get access to the masterclass. Plus, there's a 10-day assignment of exercises that you do every single day to publicly come back to your giant status. Okay. So I am going to do a drawing right now. Drum roll. Can I get a drum roll? Can I get a drum roll? Can I get a woo woo? We're going to do another drawing. We're going to draw names. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Do I have a drum roll going? Drum roll, drum roll. No, y'all not giving me drum rolls. I'm going to do my own drum roll. There we go. Drum rolls. There we go. I need my hype. This is how I get my live streams done because I can't do it. I can't hear y'all, so I need to be able to see it. All right, so here we go. We're drawing the name for the Giants Masterclass, and that is going out to Mira. Mira, you have just won a seat in the Giants Masterclass. Let me put your name up so we can celebrate you. Boom. Giants Masterclass goes to Mira. Yay! All right, y'all, that's it for today. Tomorrow, I'm going to be raffling off a one-on-one intensive with me, not to be confused with the business upgrade session. The business upgrade session is a short session where we're going to be going through your Level Up Accelerator assessment that you did. But this is a real live intensive where we can work on anything that you want to work on. So we're going to do that tomorrow. So make sure you get your day 3 homework done. We're going to be pulling from the day 3 homework list. It's usually pinned to the top of the pinned post inside of the group. Once you're done with all of your assignments, go back to that post and type done. And then tomorrow at the end of the class, I will pull a name. I will be pulling a name. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I will see you guys tomorrow.